Oh, guys, tonight's episode of the BBNaija Pepperdem Gang Reunion show was one of the best. Look, guys, I've been so emotional. The fact that there was no drama whatsoever, the fact that everybody was just bearing out their hearts, everybody was just getting in tune with their feelings, with their emotions. You know, the questions Ebuka was asking them, there was fairness in all the housemates had equal timing to express themselves, to share their thoughts, to express and also share their own experiences, life in outside the house. Guys, honestly, it was just simply beautiful to watch. I got really emotional. I don't know why, I'm so sensitive. And then, guys, I want to use this opportunity to say to all those fans out there that actually went all out for housemates inside the house, contributing money, donating money without making it audio money, guys, you guys are the real MVPs. Doesn't matter whether you're Titans or Mercenaries or Unicorns or Jackye Shans or Frodd Nation, whichever fan base you belong to, as long as you removed money from your pocket to support your own person, I want to say God bless you guys. You are the real MVP. The thing why I'm here for today matter, guys. It make my head swell, make my head big. But guys, if you want to hear more about what I'm on about, you definitely need to watch till the end of this video, because the gist plenty for ground. So guys, today Ebuka was asking the housemates, you know, how they were able to face the real world, and they said today's edition is all about Nadem the Russia's edition. So he started by asking the housemates if they were surprised by the fame, you know, after the BBNaija show. So Enkay first of all said that he came to the show strictly for the money, you know, so he wouldn't say that he was actually surprised by the fame. He said that he knew, he foresaw the fame coming, you know, but it wasn't really surprised about any other thing that happened, you know. But for him, it was quite disappointed that he did not win the money that he actually came for. And then Tacha was asked if she was surprised by the fame, and she said no, that she actually wasn't really surprised, but she was mostly overwhelmed by the crowd of people that were vouching for her, that were rooting for her. She was overwhelmed by the love she got from Titans. Your queen loves you guys, you know. So she said she was really overwhelmed, she was really surprised, she was shocked. Also, looking at the way she was removed from the show by disqualification, you know, she came out and then she realized that wow, she actually did have a lot of people that were rooting for her, you know, which was something she had no knowledge about. And then Ebuka also asked Kimopra if she was surprised about, you know, the fame that was awaiting her. She said that she was very surprised, you know, because what even shocked her the most was how global it went, you know, because after she was evicted from the house, she traveled to the US for a job, and then she was really overwhelmed when she would go to the airport, and then there would be a long queue of people who would see her and like, oh my god, we know you from the Big Brother house, we voted for you, oh, we like you, we like your poise and all of that, you know. She said she felt really touched and overwhelmed. So the fact that it really went global, she went to the US and she still saw people who knew her, you know, it just made her appreciate the platform all over. Then Ebuka asked about the money situation, you know. So according to him, you know, a lot of those housemates, they have been getting cash gifts from their fans, you know, or viewers who just liked them right after the show. So we asked them how they felt about it, and Enkay said that, oh, that because of the Ludo incident, she literally got people who were calling her up and asking for her account details and paying in money to her account, you know. And she said right after she was evicted from the house, she was really broke, you know. Then there was this particular woman that called her and paid in a certain amount into her account, you know. So she was like, oh my god, how did this come about, you know. So she felt like the platform did really do her a lot of good, because if she had not gone into the house, she's not sure she would have been getting free cash like that. So according to her, she's not really bothered about all the trollings and all the negativity, as long as she goes to bed at night with, you know, her account balance singing beautiful tunes to her like that. And then Ebuka asked if anyone had the money experience, you know, if the any other housemates had people calling them to dash them money, and the housemates said no, that did not do. And Seyi especially said that that he would definitely appreciate it if he got money from people, from his fans. Seyi started calling out his phone number. So guys, I don't know, I didn't catch the phone number, but as usual, I'm going to post the video in my comments and pin that video so that you can see it. So if you want to do something for Seyi, go ahead guys. And then Seyi also said that he would appreciate it, you know, because he felt somehow when he came out of the house and and people felt like, oh, because he's an Awolowo kid, you know, so he should be a billionaire's son, you know. And he felt like, no, my grandfather is dead, so if people want to give me something, you know. In my head, I'm like, well, if you did not go on and on saying in the house, you know who I am, maybe people would have felt like you're not a rich kid. I'm probably giving you money. Just my own unpopular opinion. Okay guys, so Venita was asked if she got the vibe that she was rich and didn't need money, you know, looking at the way she carries herself and looking at the way she looked, and she said that, oh yes, that initially she got that vibe, you know, because she has already been in public eye as an actor, you know, so people actually had the impression that she was already a rich woman, that she already had money, you know. So somehow she had to constantly remind herself and people that, hey, I have 2 daughters that I have to fend for, but all by myself, you know. Guys, remember that Venita is actually divorced, you know. So she said that was a problem for her, you know. And then Ebuka asked Jackye how she managed the sudden demand from people around her, and Jackye said that, well, that she has always been a people person. She has always felt like she's responsible for helping and assisting people, you know. So the pressure did not actually come from her being financially stable to give people money, you know, though she was always praying and would always pray that God bless her so that she blesses people. She said that she felt the pressure to constantly impress on social media after Big Brother Naija show, because she said that, for one, before going into the house, she was not really social media savvy like that. She hates taking pictures, you know, she doesn't constantly post things on social media. But then coming out of the house, there's this constant need to remain relevant, to always post pictures, to always entertain your fans, you know. And guys, I can totally relate with what Jackye said. Like, guys, for those of you who know me, if you check my Instagram page, guys, you will only see 2 pictures of my face, and I understand the pressure, you know. Coming here on YouTube, I can do my videos, but going to go and post, do makeup, post, guys, it's a whole ass work, you know. So I can totally relate with what Jackye is saying. I can totally understand the pressure. And she said that it's not like the financial pressures was not there, but she was not, you know, more pressured by the money to give people than to actually impress on social media. Then Ebuka asked Jackye if she also felt the pressure to stop constantly do giveaways, and she said no, right? Okay, Ebuka asked Tacha if she felt the pressure to stop constantly do giveaways, and Tacha said no, as you know, before the Big Brother Naija show, she already had a large following on social media, you know. So a lot of times before the house, when people would say do giveaways, she wanted to do giveaways, people would open fake accounts for the giveaways, and then when she would ask for people's for pictures of people's account details, they would not respond. So she would not take it serious, because she just understood that these people actually just wanted to get money without bringing valid information, you know. So she said that outside the house there were loads of cash promises, you know. So because of that, people actually already assumed that she was already a millionaire. Now guys, remember the Jaroma situation, the Peter P Square situation, when people were actually promising Tacha audio money, you know. This one will promise her 60 million, 10 million, 20 million, you know. A lot of people were promising Tacha millions. And so this is from the horse's mouth. Now Tacha said that all those millions that were promised her online were all a bloody scam. She didn't say bloody though, that's my word. She said they were all a scam. She also said that all the people promising her money probably did it for the clout, because they would put out videos, and all these promises they were doing was when she was inside the house, you know. So they were doing a lot of videos just to use her name to chase clout at that point in time, and it probably worked for them positively or negatively. But by the time she came out of the house, there was no money. And then she said that the only real money she got, like real cash that she got, you know, was from the GoFundMe account that her fans Titans actually created for her. Can I just use this opportunity to give Titans a round of applause? Trust me, that was why I said what I said from the beginning of this video, that it doesn't matter what fan base you belong to, but as long as from your pocket, from your sweat, you were able to help these housemates to stand on their feet outside the house, guys, you guys are the real MVP, you know. So that's Tacha actually appreciating Titans. And then Ebuka asked Mercy about her own pressure from people who felt that because they actually saw the check that she won on the stage, because she is the winner, you know, how did she feel you know, coming out of the house. And Mercy said that she didn't even get financial pressures that much to actually dash people money. That the most pressure she actually got was from people who felt like she shouldn't have won. People who believe that no, a girl like you shouldn't have won because of what and what you did inside the house. You know, a lot of people actually felt like she did not deserve to win, that she wasn't the actual deserved winner, you know. And for Mercy, she said that, well, now win I win, no be kill like you person, you know, stuff like that. And then Ebuka actually, if he needed to win to feel that same pressure that Mercy was feeling, you know, looking at the fact that he is from the Awolowo family, and she said that yes, that people actually expected that he should have won because he is Omoyi Awolowo, you know. And then she said that even people were harassing him on the street saying that you're Awolowo son, I voted for you, why didn't you win, blah blah blah. And she was like, guy, you voted for me, where is the SMS, let me see it so that I will be sure that you actually voted for me, you know, things like that. And guys, what these housemates are saying are actually true, you know, because the world we live in is very, very funny, you know. People actually voted for you, which is very much appreciated, but then by the time they see you outside the house, they feel like you are totally indebted to them, you know, like you're at their beck and call, you know, to answer to them at any time they want. So Ebuka asked Ike if it was weird, you know, for instance, as one who was not based in Nigeria, you know, so if he also felt that same social pressure, you know, when he came out of the house, you know, in Nigeria. If people also had those expectations on him. And Ike said that he didn't actually have the same pressure, you know, though he had the same pressure slightly from family, you know, but basically for the fact that he was impatient, because whilst he was living in the US, the life he was living was way better than the life he was living in Nigeria. You know, he was driving a better car than what he has now in Nigeria. He lived in a better apartment. He was making better cool cash, you know, than what he had in Nigeria. So he felt that pressure. So it had to be Diane and Mercy who constantly talked to him about being patient and being positive that things were going to turn the good way for him. And because he was actually patient, things started changing for him. And so they went on a short break, and Omashola joined the housemates. So Ebuka asked Omashola, you know, that while he was in the house, he constantly talked about his Euphoria event, his mansion in South Africa, the number of girls that were always being in his house, you know, around him. And guys, let me not lie, Omashola bragado a lot, not be small. While they were in the house, Omashola was constantly talking about the girls that were always sleeping in his house, waking up in his house, not like they were his girlfriends. You know, he bragged a lot about girls who would leave their boyfriends' houses to come and stay in his house, free food and everything. Omashola totally created the impression that he was a bloody rich guy, you know. So Ebuka asked him, you know, how this whole thing affected him in Nigeria after the show. And Omashola said that he totally regretted, you know, bragging and saying all those things in the house, because it seemed like after coming out of the house, people literally felt like he was already a rich man. So somehow he felt like he used his own mouth to block his helpers. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge lesson for us. If we find ourselves, you know, utilizing any platform whatsoever, we should please never give the impression that we are what we are not. Trust me, I've said this several times on my channel, that don't use your hand to block your helpers. You never can tell where your next help is coming from. So please guys, this is a huge lesson for us all. I specifically learned a lot. So Ebuka also asked Kimopra if she felt sad seeing other housemates getting endorsements, opening businesses, clothing lines and stuff, you know, when she first came out of the house. And she said, well, that somehow she felt bad and she felt left behind or left out. But the good thing is that she's the kind of person that wants everybody to win. So what she was grateful for was that it wasn't like a bad vibe for her. It was more of like a motivation. She wasn't petty about it. Instead, she was actually excited for those housemates that were started off earlier enough to get their own businesses and all of that. So what she was doing was, it was a lot of motivation for her that she was going to have her own business. She was going to also grow big on her own. And guys, I think I'm happy for Kimopra in that regard, because if you notice, recently she also released her own clothing line. So it might seem late, but then the great news is that she eventually did it, you know. And She also, Ike said that he actually felt the pressure, and initially when he came out of the house, he was very, very bitter, especially because of the incidents that happened in the house. You know, remember Ike gave his coins to Mercy, so he felt cheated. He felt really bitter that he did not win the money, because that was actually his sole aim. And then he said he felt he got distracted in the game, you know, so he felt really bitter, especially because he always had to wake up in the morning seeing Mercy's face, you know, so he felt really bitter, you know. And then he said that especially because he had a good lifestyle in the US, so he felt really frustrated at first. So it was actually Diane and Mercy who constantly gave him pep talks that helped him to come out of that zone in his life. And now thankfully he's doing his own things, and things are gradually moving for him. So Ebuka asked Ike if the pressure was different as he was with Mercy, the winner, and he said yes, that it actually took him a while to get used to the fact that, you know, this girl I'm with, she won, you know, because I possibly helped her, you know, and stuff like that. And Ebuka, Ike also said that the pressure did not actually come from his family, but it mostly came from the outside world. And then Ebuka asked Tacha what was different going into the house and coming back into the house. So Tacha said that the difference is that, you know, coming out of the house, the pressure tripled. The pressure was too much. Now, for instance, aside those people that were giving her audio money, audio shout outs and all of that, there were actually those people who legitimately were paying money into her account, you know, while she was inside the house, you know. So there were people who actually were paying lots and lots of money. There were people who were spending money to vote for her, campaign for her, and all of that. So her pressure started when she came out of the house and she saw the voting polls, and she realized that, oh my god, I was actually really loved. I had a lot of fan base. I had a huge crowd who were going all out to keep me in the house. She said, and also the pressure also increased because those people who had been supporting her without her knowledge while she was inside the house, they were constantly waiting and expecting her to call, you know. So especially if they see her do a post, they'll be like, oh, so you have done a post, you cannot come in to thank me, you cannot come in to appreciate me for giving you money, for voting for you, for helping and you stay on the game, you know. So she said that she felt that constant pressure, and what they didn't understand that she was actually in a very, very bad state of mind at that point in time. She literally lost her voice for days or weeks, you know. They didn't understand that she needed time to recover, because it was like almost like a mental breakdown, you know. The fact that you were unjustly disqualified from the show, you came out of the house and people were still trolling you, you know, people were still saying things, and then people were also expecting that, oh, all of a sudden you need to show your face to the world. So she said she felt that much pressure, and it wasn't really funny for her at that point in time. And then Venita was also asked the same question, and Venita answered that she was already used to the spotlight, she was already used to the limelight, you know, but then she had to constantly remind herself that, hey, she has her life to focus on. So she did not focus her energy on all the dragging and any other thing like that. Instead, what she focused her energy on was her career, you know, her passion, her work. She was hustling crazily, and then of course on her kids, because she has her kids to take care of. So Ebuka asked the housemates a final question. He asked them that if they would choose this new life of fame that they have now, or they would choose the previous life that they had. And Seyi said yes. Jackye and Ike said no, they will not, that they are actually indifferent, that if there was no trolling, if there was no negative energy, they would actually choose this one. But then it seems like things are not different. Their life is still the same way it was to an extent before they got into the house. Tacha said, oh, that she actually chooses this new life, you know, because she has a new family, she has titans. Guys, I don't understand. It seems like titans are the new, you know, fan base that always gets appreciated on the show. So titans, there you go again. Tacha was appreciating you guys again on the show, and you know, all the other housemates said that, oh yes, that they feel like they would definitely choose this new lifestyle. Guys, I do not intend for this video to get up to 20 minutes. This is where I'm going to call it a night, and thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys in tomorrow morning's video, guys. Don't forget to watch tomorrow morning's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing night rest. Bye.